if you want to create business or create jobs, you can require that everyone fill out more forms, and you'll have more accountants and bookkeepers filling out forms. That's not productive. What we're doing is hiring people that we don't need to hire because we have cheap energy. We're sitting on the largest coal reserves. We can go for 100 years in this area. We have some of the best natural gas in the world right here. We don't need the corporate welfare. And will you call it corporate welfare?
Yes, I will. And Colorado has incredible resources that can last, as you say, for centuries if we will but have the will and the determination to go get it and to do it in a cost-effective, economically sensible manner. A couple of things. One, when Senator Johnston talks about all of these subsidies, et cetera, he's talking about the tax increases that have been put in place here in the last few weeks. The sales tax on soda pop, for example, that was supposed to be somehow a subsidy of business. I've yet to figure that one out there.
Well, too, I will come to his defense on this. There are a lot of those tax exemptions, in my mind, were corporate welfare when Republicans put them in. Putting a permanent tax reduction on the producers of bull semen, that's because they've got a good lobby down there. So I can take this to task as well and say, we have to be careful when we start saying, this industry, we're going to cut you a deal.
We do, but when you call every tax increase a removal of some sort of a subsidy, you're on very dangerous ground, I believe. And one other point, in committee, Excel actually stated that for their electric, their photoelectric systems, it's about a 50% subsidy that they're counting on in order to put them online, and still they're much more expensive. It will drive energy costs higher. We know that. The bill talks about no more than 2%, but that's 2% beyond what they figure all of their other rules will drive traditional energy costs up at. So it's a guaranteed more expensive than anything else.
We have a member of the PUC, before he got this job, the Public Utilities Commission, who said, there will never be another coal-fired power plant built in Colorado. Now, Colorado is growing, and I want it to grow. We have good energy prices because we have coal-fired power plants, clean-burning coal-fired power plants. Why don't we let them have the exact same subsidy, corporate welfare, that you're giving these other companies?
Well, so that's why you could be proud to support the 70% for fossil fuels bill, right? Which is there is still 70% of the energy source for all the state of Colorado that's going to come from coal and gas in this situation.
I don't care. Understand this. I don't care if 2% come from fossil fuels.
Right.
I'm not one of those guys who wants to manipulate the economy and say, you know what, I've got a pie chart here and I'm going to decide what the private sector will do. You'll get 2% from here and 2% from there because I'm working in the basement of the Capitol and I know. You know what, there are energy companies out there, and as energy prices go up, wind power becomes more affordable, natural gas prices go down, all of a sudden natural gas looks like a better option than wind or coal. More power to them. I just don't think that the people who work in the basement of the Capitol are the ones to decide how any manufacturing should be done.
So we have many coal plants in Colorado. We're going to continue to have them. We have the brand new Comanche 3
coming on. Are we going to have new ones? Beyond
Um,
Comanche 3, will we have new coal-fired power plants built in Colorado?
I don't know if we'll have new ones. What I do know is that what this does create the opportunity for is to harvest the tremendous amounts of natural gas that you're talking about as one of the great natural resources in the state. Not only because there is some move to convert coal plants to natural gas, which are cleaner burning, but also because what you have is when you, in partnership with renewable energy, one of the things you want is a baseload supplement that can be turned on and off easily, and natural gas
Let me translate that as a supplement. No, because you have wind power, and wind power doesn't always blow, you need backup generators. You are building two energy systems when you could just build one. Am I missing something here, guys?
No, you aren't, John. It's driving the costs up because it's not efficient. It's distorting the marketplace. It's creating something that's going to ultimately cost everybody more on their electric bill every month for the rest of their lives.
Here's my fear, though. Since the natural gas guys realize, well, this is awful, but now because wind power is so flirty, it doesn't always work, I'm going to be able to sell a lot of natural gas now. So I'm fine with the mandate because as the backup, they got to buy my product You're not going to buy a coal power plant because coal plants take a long time to get running up to speed. Natural gas ones, some of them you can get going within 15 minutes.
Right, right.
But you shouldn't care about that, right? Whether or not there's ever another coal plant built, because you're agnostic as to what the source is. You just want energy, right? So
I want energy.
There's no demand that we should have another coal plant any more than we should have another windmill or
and
gas
if you join
plant.
me
You
in
just
this,
want reliable energy.
I want reliable energy,
Yeah.
and I don't want a command and control system by a bunch of people who think they know what's best for the marketplace.
We also want a reliable source of energy that's also going to be less exposed to changes, fluctuations in the market than the current fossil fuels are, as
Why?
you've seen. Because that's going to be more protection for ratepayers to know that they're not going to see huge fluctuations as the oil or the gas or the coal market changes. The wind or the solar market is much more steady than the price of oil or the price of gas.
No, absolutely not. We don't have 100% sunny days or windy days. We do have a very reliable, predictable source of coal and natural gas. Those fluctuations aren't going to happen as quickly, and if they go up and down, then the market will supply what it takes. I don't want to protect manufacturing or any consumer from price fluctuations. Prices give us information to make decisions. You're protecting us from those fluctuations. Bring those fluctuations on. That's how we get information.
Let the market drive what the best choices are. I can tell you that the utility companies frankly know more about what is the best economical choice if we would let them go do that, as opposed to us in the legislature. You know, it's a basic philosophy. Are we going to control it from the government, or are we going to let the free market find the solution?
We've only got a few minutes left, but let's get on to why we're doing this. We're doing this because of the consensus that coal plants are bad for the environment, and the consensus that propellers are good for the environment. And as this greenhouse gases and global warming debate starts to crack open, we're seeing more splinters in it. I'm wondering if in 10 years, the man-made global warming scare will go the way of the Alar scare and the acid rain scare and so many other scares that turned out not to be as strong. Isn't the impetus for this really because we want zero carbon footprint?
I think that's part of it. I will agree with that, but that's certainly not the only part. Even if you take something that we all care about, like water, right, and the scarcity of water in this state, that's going to continue to be a problem. The transition to this renewable portfolio saves 84 billion gallons of water, and that matters to people on the western slope that are trying to irrigate ranches and the rest. The fossil fuels, as you know,
and you're managing. So now you're managing not just the power market, but the water market.
We're not managing any part of it. We're saving water that is a scarce and valuable natural resource.
But there's
and
a market for water.
Fuels, those are the kind of costs that fossil fuels have that we don't see in the megawatt number. But those are the
costs that the producers have to go and worry about. If prices of water go up, then renewables look better too. All right, we've only got a minute.
Well, my answer is I think global warming is a myth that has driven public policy the wrong direction. I have several times said that the governor's climate action plan is based on junk science, and what that means is that they haven't thought this through, and I believe it is falling apart on them, but we still
Our side
move
is
forward.
losing this. All right, our side has lost this. 30% mandate will come. I believe it's going to cause much more costs to go up. I think it's going to chase jobs away. You're going to win this one. This is going to become law. If 30% is good, we've only got 10 seconds left. If 30% is good, why not 50%? Why not 80%?
Because we've worked with the people in the market providers who think they can get to 30%. Excel and Black Hills think they can get there. They got to 20%. They're going to be our partners getting to 30.
Partners. No, partners are willing.
Yeah, on the
There's a
backs
difference.
of the
I got to
consumers.
run. Kevin, thank you. Mike, thank you. And thank you. Listen for me late nights on 850 KOA. Tell a friend. We'll see you next week.
Jab, bamboozle, nook and noozle, bippity bop, I mean, you keep on talking, but you don't know where to turn it off.